I'm Dana and we've got a very relaxed, possibly quite quiet one today because it's a little bit after midnight and it's not so much that I can't sleep so much as I've completely destroyed my sleep schedule / my routine, so now this is just a time during which I'm fully awake and functional. So as you can tell, I want to talk about sleep and sleep patterns and sleep habits and all that kind of thing today because I sort of had quite a big realisation recently because I thought for a long time like, oh, I have issues with sleep, and it's not so much that I have issues with sleep so much as I have issues with my routine, because I kind of wish that I was one of those people that you see that have like a time routine, you know? Like I've seen people talk about how they can't eat lunch if it's not exactly like after 12 and things like that, or if it's like after 1. And I kind of wish I was a bit more like on a time schedule because I'm very much just, I do things in a certain order. There's a certain way that I do things and I need to do things like that. As long as I'm doing it like that, it doesn't matter if I'm doing it at 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. You know, it makes no difference to me whatsoever. So I had like a good couple of years actually, like I had a very, very long period of time where I just sort of like, I set an alarm, but it was like fairly natural and like I was ready to be waking up at right around 8 a.m. If I didn't set an alarm, I didn't sleep in all that much longer than that. I don't really remember what kind of time I was going to bed, but I remember that it didn't really matter because I was in such like a good routine. I got naturally tired at a certain time and then that was the time that I woke up. But the thing with needing to stick to the routine of like the way that I do things and doing things in that order means that if I have one night where I get really sucked into a TV show or where I really want to watch a certain movie or something and I stay up until 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. type of thing, I'm then going to bed very late. I'm waking up super late. I'm waking up at 11 a.m, 12 p.m, 1, you know? And it does sort of bother me, but I live close to a 24-hour Asda and I just need to do my things, and I live quite a self-contained sort of like fairly isolated, to be honest with you, little life. So it doesn't really affect anything if I'm getting up late and doing my thing, like doing my routine at a later time. It doesn't make any difference. So for like maybe the last like month and a half, my routine's become like just fully switched around. So I'm waking up at like 12 p.m-ish and staying up until like 3 or 4-ish. And I've always been someone who's like most functional in the few hours before bed, and like that's when I get stuff done. So all of a sudden my period of getting stuff done is happening from like 11 p.m. onwards, and obviously I'm trying to hold some respect for the fact that my housemate holds a normal sleep schedule, but I'm also like, I just don't really care, and I feel like I should. That's the thing, is that I feel like I should care. And I know that as soon as I have some sort of appointment or something that I have to really wake up early for, I'm gonna really regret it and really hate myself for it. But at the minute, like my church service is at 11, and to be fair, I didn't go this week because the day before I'd had like a super horrible anxiety ridden day and I just couldn't face people. And not last week, but the week before I was late. But like I don't have to be ready to leave the house until 10:30. I can wake up at like 8:30, 9-ish. I can run on like 5-6 hours of sleep for one day a week, you know? Like it's not that big a deal. But the thing is, it's a real struggle to switch things up because I can't get to sleep earlier because I sort of have my fixed routine and have the hours that I'm awake as they are, because that's how long I have like energy to be awake for, you know? Like I sleep for like around 7 hours and that's just like the natural thing. And that's when I get tired, that's when I'm able to sleep. Because for the longest time I was like, it takes me a really long time to fall asleep. But the thing is, if I have that like set routine where I'm getting 7 hours of sleep every night, it doesn't take me long to fall asleep. I'm naturally tired and ready for my 7 hours of sleep. It was all of the years that I was having to wake up for school and having to like stick to a certain schedule that isn't mine, you know? So not being able to get to sleep any earlier means that I then have to just wake up earlier, which you'd think like, well, set alarms. I have set every type of alarm you can think of. I've had the ones that like run away from you, I've had the ones that make the worst noise in the world, I've had the ones that just keep going and keep going, I've had the ones that light up, like I've tried songs, I've done everything that you possibly can with alarms. I don't understand how people don't just sleep through them. It's not even that like I wake up and hit snooze. I fully, like, when I am asleep, I am asleep. Like, I had a whole situation when I went to America with my best friend and we were like sleeping in the same bed. They tried to wake me up to make me move, and like I'd gone for a nap. I hadn't even gone to sleep, but like I can't nap. Once I nap, like I'm out for 7 hours. That's how long I sleep for. If I go to sleep, that is that. And they tried to wake me up, and the next morning they were like, you were kicking me, you said really mean things to me. It was like really actually, like, once they'd realised I was asleep and like I wasn't like actively being a bitch, they were laughing about it, but like I felt so bad. But that's what I'm like I don't remember it, I am not aware, like I am out, I am asleep. I don't remember turning off alarms. If somebody phones me, there's been times that I've answered the phone to people and been like, no, I'm asleep, go away, and hung up again. And it's like, I do not remember that happening. I was not conscious for it. I don't remember it. I'm sleeping for the amount of time that I'm sleeping, and that is that. That is all there is to it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. That is just the way my brain is. That's the way I am wired. That is what happens. That is the way I am. Like, I cannot tell you the struggles that I had getting up for school. It was an absolute nightmare. It made my entire day way more stressful, and just like, my days were just overwhelming from the start. Every single time I had to wake up for school for like this certain thing, on time for something. Like, I so struggle to, like, the thing is as well, it's not so bad now, but it was real bad in high school because I was running on like 4 to 5 hours sleep a night, because I also had the thing of like, my time was taken up by school, you know? I went to school, I got home, it felt like my entire day was gone. I was meant to be in bed like 4 hours after I got home from school or something, so I was just staying up until like 2 a.m. going on Tumblr and like doing my little internet thing. So I was getting like I say, like 4 to 5 hours of sleep the entirety of high school. So every single morning was me being screamed at, having water poured on me, being pulled out of bed, having the covers pulled off me. Like, it was just horrible. And that was on top of alarms. Like, this was like, I was supposed to get myself up and get ready for school, so I would set alarm after alarm. Like, I had alarms set for like every 2-3 minutes for like an hour and a half on my phone, and I would just sleep through the lot of them. The entire house would be awake and be getting really annoyed at me and be shouting at me and everything, and I would just sleep straight through it. You know, it's not even that I was ignoring them. Like, I literally had no memory of like what they were talking about up until the moment I actually got up and was like, what is going on? I don't remember it. I was asleep. Like, I was out, I was gone, not in it. I think the biggest thing with sleep for me really is that I just don't feel refreshed from it. Like I say, I sleep for 7 hours, that is it. That is my chunk, that is what I get. I cannot sleep in, I can't have a lie-in. That is just how long I can sleep for. And I also, like, for the most part, that's when I need to pee, and that's when I get up, and I can't go back to sleep for the life of me. Like, once I'm up, and that's that. And that's how long my body goes. That's the way I am, that's that. It does also really annoy me though that when I've had like really big days and I've been really overwhelmed, or I've had a meltdown, when like it's a day that I could just really use a fucking nap, I cannot nap. I think I've had like 3 successful naps in my entire life. 99% of the time I go down and I'm out, you know? Like I said, like, I'm out for that 7 hours, if not a little bit more. I actually do. Some of the few times that I've actually got more than 7 hours sleep is when I've gone for a nap at like, say, like 10 p.m. or something, and I've slept until like 9 a.m. the next day. For the most part, I just cannot get to sleep. If it's the daytime, if I'm not like actively tired and it's nighttime and like I've done my routine and everything, I just can't sleep. If I haven't like done all of the things that I normally do in a day that I feel like I need to do, I can't get to sleep. So even if it's a case of like, oh, it's midday and I just want to have a little snooze because I had a really horrible thing happen this morning and I'm really like, I've had a meltdown and it's been really horrible and I'd like a little nappy nap, I won't be able to, because I haven't done all the things that I need to do that afternoon, or that I put off that morning because I had the appointment, you know? Like, it's just, I have to do those things. And that's like another way that my sleep routine can get really thrown off, is if I've had like a nice little day out or a day with a friend, but then I get home and I have to do these like things. And I'm saying these things, it's like little chores and just little bits of routine that I have and little things that I engage with, you know? Like, it's not like actually a big deal. Like, I could actually go a day or 2 without doing it and no one would notice, it would be absolutely fine. but I can't. Those are the things that I do, that's the way that I am, that's what needs to be done. It's just really easy for my sleep pattern to get thrown around, and right now it really doesn't matter that much, but I know that there will come a time that, again, that it really does matter. And I don't really want to go back to it being like in high school. I was just constantly fucking like zombified because I did not get nearly enough sleep. But like I said, I don't feel refreshed from sleep. I get to the point where I'm very tired and I wake up not about to fall asleep, but I don't feel refreshed. I don't feel like I feel awake until like 4 p.m. if I'm waking up at 10 or 11, you know? Like I don't feel like I've ever gotten a good quality of sleep. And to be fair, I do feel like that could be that I've never had like good beds or good mattresses. Like I've gotten myself like little sleep sprays, and like I have like one of the nice little like migraine masks that's all cooling. I listen to like nice music or podcasts, like I have things I listen to. Like my actual like sleep routine I think is like pretty decent. But like I've had this mattress for like maybe 7 years now, and it was secondhand when I got it, you know? I did recently get myself some new pillows and they are quite nice, but the pillows that I have underneath are completely flat and shit, and I've had those for like probably 4 or 5 years now. I don't feel like the actual like sheets really matter. Like I know you can get like fancy Egyptian cotton or whatever, but like I've got some cute Asda ones, like I don't really feel like it matters. But I feel like having a good mattress does actually really help, because like I had a month in America, and especially when we were staying with my friend's cousin in LA, the mattress there was amazing. I felt like a different fucking person. Like I'm all propped up like I am because I'm having just like the last 3 days I've just been so achy, my body just fucking hurts. And then last night I was going downstairs and I didn't even slip is the thing. Like I was zoned out and I just stepped into fucking mid-air instead of stepping down onto the fucking step of the stair. I literally just stepped out into the stairs. So obviously I began to fall down the stairs, and I had like one hand on the banister and the other hand arm like still in my room, because you step out and there's like a little square and then it's the stairs. So my other arm was still in my room and I caught myself, but I really like yoinked the shoulder and it's really hurt and it's really playing up. Like that's the thing, is like I know that I've said like I know that in the back of my mind I really need to investigate all the EDS stuff, and like dealing with that will probably help a lot. But I also did just have a hell of a lot less pain when I was sleeping in other people's beds while I was in the US. And I feel like that indicates that getting a better mattress would really help, but obviously they're incredibly expensive. And I think when I moved and a bit more financially stable, we're always waiting for the day that I'm a bit more financially stable, but I will get myself some nice new pillows. Maybe a better duvet as well, to be fair. It would be nice to have like a little plush duvet. Like there's always more that you can do, isn't there? But like I've got my little like smell spray stuff, I've got my little sleepy mask thing, I've got my things that I listen to. You know, on the whole, I do pretty alright on that front. But I would really like to be able to actually wake up at a decent time. But I also don't really know how much I care, because time's just a social construct and it doesn't actually matter to me right now. But I think it's just a thing of like, I know that at some point I'm going to require a different type of routine than I have right now. I don't really know how I'll deal or navigate with setting that or any of that. And just like the hypothetical idea of it kind of horrifies me a bit. I think that's enough of a ramble for tonight though, because my housemate, I'm pretty sure, is currently out. That's why I haven't been like super quiet, because it is midnight. But they're probably going to be back soon, and I don't really want them to hear me talking to myself alone in my bedroom late at night. And I also just don't want to be causing a disturbance late at night in general, so I'm going to go. As always, lovely if you wanted to like this video. If you haven't already, it'd be lovely if you wanted to subscribe and be a part of this little corner of like this little community that we've created here. It's a nice, I feel like we've got a really nice little group of people that like comment regularly now. Like, to be fair, I've had like my regulars for a good little while. You guys are solid, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there's like a real like group of people that I recognise regularly now, and that's really nice. So yeah, as always, I also really appreciate comments. I know that actual sleep issues, not just my like, I'm not very good at waking up. Like, I know a lot of autistic people experience actual real sleep issues. So if anyone wants to start discussions about that or talk about like the way that you experience things, I always like hearing other people's point of view and having it be actually a place to discuss the way that we're all different people and everything's different for all of us is really nice. I like this being a space where that can be done. So if you wanted to, that'd be lovely. As always, I also have an Instagram where I post somewhat sporadically. I have a TikTok where I post almost daily. Again, I'm getting pretty good at posting regularly on TikTok again. And if you want to pay me, I also have a Patreon that you can subscribe to where you get early content, and I am, as always, going to start posting more often over there with various writing and different bits. And you also get to be on the end page that I've made easier for me to update, so I can actually keep that updated. And I also like, I don't want to like name names, but one of y'all I had y'all's dead name on there for like a real long time, and I felt real bad about it, and that was like my main reason for wanting to change it. I felt really, I felt very icky about it. I didn't like that, and I feel like you're very nice and you didn't care that much, but I felt really bad about it, so I'm sorry about that. And yeah, I've changed it. I don't have to feel bad about that anymore. I think it looks a lot nicer and I've got everyone on there now. So yeah, I hope I've got everyone on there. If you're a Patreon, I've missed you off, please do let me know. I intended to get everyone on there. So yeah, did I mention Ko-fi? Did that come first? If I didn't, I also have a Ko-fi where you can do a little one-time donation rather than having to do a monthly thing over on Patreon. It's there. Quite simply, there's no pressure, you don't have to, I'm not asking you to. It's very nice when people do, and people kept asking me to put the link there, and when people do, it's really lovely and I really appreciate it, so it's there. I'm not actually like asking you to, you don't have to, there's no pressure, it's all good. I'm going to go now. I swear, I promise one day I will be less awkward about it. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you're having a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year. Oh, I hope you can see Otis, he's so cute. Oh, my hips clicked as I sat up and that didn't feel good. My body is kind of fucked, guys. I don't feel physically good. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you're having a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year. And I will see you again in a couple of days if I fucking make it.